What if I told you that one of the deadliest snipers in World War II wasn't a man, but a 25-year-old woman who single-handedly killed over 300 Nazis? Her enemies called her Lady Death. Her allies called her unstoppable. This is the story of Lyudmila Pavlichenko, the woman who made Hitler's army afraid to show their faces. Lyudmila Pavlichenko was born in 1916 in Ukraine, back when it was part of the Soviet Union. She was a bright, ambitious student studying history at Kyiv University, but she also had a competitive streak. When a neighbor boy bragged about his shooting skills, Lyudmila decided to prove she could do better. She joined a shooting club and discovered a deadly talent. She wasn't just good, she was exceptional. No one could have known that her skill would soon be used not for sport, but for survival. In 1941, Nazi Germany invaded the Soviet Union. Millions were called to arms. Lyudmila was 24, and when she heard the call, she didn't want to be a nurse or support staff. She wanted to fight. At first, officers laughed at the idea. A woman, a sniper. But when she demonstrated her aim, hitting targets with surgical precision, they stopped laughing. She was assigned to the Red Army's 25th Rifle Division and sent to the front lines near Odessa. Her mission: take out enemy officers and spotters. Within her first 75 days of combat, she had already killed 187 Germans. Every pull of her trigger was calculated, every shot personal. Her reputation spread quickly across the front. German snipers began specifically hunting her, but most of them never made it back. By the time the siege of Sevastopol began, Lyudmila Pavlichenko had racked up 309 confirmed kills, including 36 enemy snipers. She'd become a living legend. Soldiers whispered her name like a ghost story, Lady Death. Her accuracy was so feared that the Germans reportedly used loudspeakers to try to tempt her out of hiding. They broadcasted messages like, "Come over to our side, Lyudmila, we'll give you chocolate." She ignored them and shot the operators instead. Her fame wasn't just on the battlefield. She became a symbol, proof that Soviet women could fight, kill, and win as fiercely as any man. In 1942, shrapnel from a mortar explosion wounded her severely. The Red Army couldn't risk losing their most famous sniper, so she was pulled from combat. But her war wasn't over. It was about to go global. She was sent to the United States as part of a Soviet delegation. There, she met First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt and toured the country, urging Americans to open a second front against the Nazis. She told the crowd, "Gentlemen, I am 25 years old, and I have killed 309 fascist invaders. Don't you think you've been hiding behind my back for too long?" The audience went silent, then erupted in applause. After the war, Lyudmila finished her studies and became a historian. But to the world, she would always be Lady Death, the woman who fought an empire with nothing but courage, patience, and a rifle. She passed away in 1974, but her legend still echoes on every battlefield. A reminder that sometimes history's deadliest weapon is determination. So what do you think? Was Lyudmila Pavlichenko the most fearless sniper in history, or just the most famous? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us here on Chronoclips, where history's sharpest stories never miss their mark.